I'll take you anywhere, just tell me I'll be there. We don't need a plan, I like it unprepared. Whatever comes our way, we'll stay there for the day. So dream, dream away. So dream, dream away. Clear up my vision, I want colors to find. Turned up from black and white. Find what I'm seeking, leave my troubles behind. Scars from another time. We're leaving now. I'll take you anywhere, just tell me I'll be there. We don't need a plan, I like it unprepared. Whatever comes our way, we'll stay there for the day. So dream, dream away. So dream, dream away. I'll take you anywhere, just tell me I'll be there. Whatever comes our way, we'll stay there for the day. So dream, dream away. So dream, dream away. So dream, dream away.
Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Nasty dump for Bitcoin. How you going to dump us like that on a Sunday at 3 in the morning? But we'll talk about it. I took a L. I lost $350 in one trade, 400 in another. It took me down, baby. Took me down, but it didn't take me out, right? No liquidations in this game. You can lose, but you can come back, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Yes, we have pantalones. No pantalone la casa que te peso creer mi casa big bond. You're funny. God bless you, man. BTC big pump tonight. Again, you never know. We're going to see what's happening right now. Bitcoin looks like it's bouncing back to the upside. If you look at BOOKMAP, it suggests we are going to get this massive liquidation down to 70K. However, that just could be some major longs that don't get liquidated. But right now, there's a bunch of liquidations down at 70,000 that could definitely be eaten alive. So just keep that in mind. But 88K above us there. You know, there's a little bit of rev above us. So if you looked at this, it just says, hey, the majority of the stops and the liquidations are below you, down to 70K. If you go down to 70K, you cannot be surprised. Don't be surprised if we hit 70,000. All right. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, Bitcoin had Taco Bell with extra chipotle sauce. Something like that. Yeah. I would say so. And again, even though all those setups look good yesterday, I said be careful. It's the weekend. Always have a stop loss, even just like leave the weekend alone, technically. And so Bitcoin looked beautiful. It was making this tight channel. We started with just this. Then it lost that and then we had that and we got the bounce and then it went sideways. And then yesterday we got that dump. But then last night on the live, if you remember, I found this cup and handle in the 5-minute time frame. Right here. I had drawn that cup. This is our handle right here, a little messy. And we were looking for consolidation, right? I said Bitcoin would be here when we woke up in the morning. And they dumped us. And look, Bitcoin is here when we woke up in the morning. Nowhere near where we thought it would be, right? It took a nasty dump to the downside. It doesn't matter where we thought. Again, if you were watching my channel or you were awake, remember I talked about the 15 200 moving average. I said if we lose the 15 200 MA, we're likely going to take a drop down to the downside. And I showed you where we go, somewhere down to this bottom of this channel. I looked at this like an M pattern and said, you know, the M could break us down and dump us. Now, when they brought us back up last night, there was hope we were going to consolidate. And at 3 in the morning, they dropped the hammer on us to the downside. The idea is we did lose the 15-minute 200 MA. We did lose the 1-hour 200 MA. Whenever I see that, I am a skeptical being. So that told me to be careful. And we did not hold that daily 200 MA like we were, you know, had the daily closed above it. That's when you go extra hard. I went hard, but I got stopped out beginning my bigger trade. Now, this is where we go extra. Like if this had closed, I mean, we did get yesterday to close. So it told me to go hard with a stop very, very tight. And if they get you, you don't lose a lot. But if they rip you, you get one of the biggest gains in history. So to me, it's worth going after because the probability is there. There's a chance we even get back above it today. And let's just do our top-down analysis and see how this kind of changed the rest of the market. Nasty little dump, though, for Bitcoin. Even though we're getting a little bump back to the upside, let's take a look at what happened here to BTC. So the weekly. And again, I don't know what's going to happen. I just show up every single day and grind, and somehow, some way, I find a way to survive. I don't know how it happens with God's grace. I'm not a future, you know, I'm not a psychic. I don't know where I'm going to be in a week. I didn't know I was going to be here 4 years ago, right? Sitting here with each and every one of you suited up. So if you have no idea where you're going to be, put your best foot forward, believe that anything can happen, and keep moving. That's all you can do. None of us know exactly what's going to happen in the future, but all we can do is put our best foot forward every single day. So look, hidden bullish divergence for Bitcoin. Can we get that shoulder, head, right shoulder? Can we get the bounce? All we need tonight is this tweezer close. We just want to see this close like such. It would have been nicer had we didn't close with such a wick to the upside and made an indecision doji. I would have liked a stronger move to the upside on this candle, but we'll take what we can get when Bitcoin's in a downtrend. I mean, look at that. Low, high, low, lower high, lower low. You would assume the next high is a lower high. Bitcoin's in a downtrend on the weekly. All right. We're hoping for this move, for this 618 bounce. You know, this is like hopium for the bulls. Like we want to get this hidden bullish, this bounce off the 618. But as I showed you yesterday and talked about it, like we could still go back to 63, 67K. Like anything is possible. Be open-minded right now. Ask yourself, am I an open-minded person that believes anything is possible? Then how come you don't believe Bitcoin can go down? See, everyone's like, I'm super excited. I'm super open-minded. Bitcoin can only go up though. And I'm like, but then you're not an open-minded person. To be truly open-minded, you need to be able to see it both ways, sadly. And I know that's not the best scenario. Beginners don't want that. Beginners want an easy route. They want to say, I followed my mentor and he told me exactly what to do and he showed me exactly where price was going every single time. The sad thing is you're never going to find that mentor because no human being is 100%. Nobody's going to find it every single time perfectly. The best you can find is someone that's consistent and shows up every single day and gives you their all. Like, I find that will be the best you can find, because that person is going to be right most of the time, or going to have some type of probability to teach you something. They're here every day, you know. So shoulder, head, right shoulder. Can we bounce back to the upside? So far, Bitcoin showing signs of life at 82,800 for BTC, and not that big of a dump. We were just at 83.8 yesterday. We're at, you know, we're only $1,000 away. So it felt bigger than it was. Take a deep breath. I don't like to lose, though, and I don't generally lose. Again, weekend trading got me. I'm about to give it up forever. You know, I had that feeling, you know, maybe this is the one. Ukraine war done, you know, there was a chance. And then all the altcoins were in that beautiful flag. There was a chance we were going to get some major movement, but they played us for a fiddle. I am playing bear since 1088. I don't know what that means. When in doubt, zoom out is what I always say. Bobina, where's the last name from Sound? Very dope. Gina Bombina, baby. Gina, we haven't seen you in a long time. Hope everything's going well with you and yours. Honesty for the lifer. It's why we're here. God bless you, man. So this is a falling wedge that can still break to the upside. It's still hidden bullish divergence. We're still going to close the weekly bullish. So far, so good for Bitcoin. The daily, not so much. You know, we really defied. We had beautiful bullish divvy, but bullish divergence is as strong as the previous support and resistance. And look, we came right back to that key level where we bounced and we had resistance. So there is a resistance for Bitcoin, and we're going to show you on the 4-hour time frame. And like I said, I mean, this could be making a symmetrical triangle bear flag on the daily, and the daily could roll over right now. And if the daily rolls over, I mean, that measured move takes you to $68,000. So that is a bear flag. See that? Or so, you know, yeah, to me, it's a bear flag. You got to get above that 200 MA and hold it. I couldn't believe they hold it. They tricked us. They got a candle above it just to get everyone to trip. And then they wrecked the longs. They got me. The thing is, I don't mind getting stopped out there, but as I told you, many times I've won that trade, like right there. Boom, huge move to the upside had I made the trade that I just made there. So I stick to this idea because, hey, it plays out more than it doesn't, and I've made enough money on it. So, hey, for instance, you might watch my channel for 7 years, and you might watch me trade, because you can only trade this once every 5, 6, 7 months. Like the last time we saw it was October of 2024, right? And now it's March, so it's an 8-9 month signal. So let's just say you can make it at once every, you know, basically 4 to 5 times every 3 years, you know? So if you watch me for 7 years and you saw me take this and win it, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, but you see me lose it today, right? You're like, oh, he's horrible. But you have to see a data set of what I'm doing. So the daily there did get rejected by the 200 MA. Strange. You know, this second daily candle should have been green. We continued to pump. That's the probability. They did not follow probability today. They manipulated probability. So we'll see. Yeah, look at the 12-hour and the 22. Both say that we're going to get some type of dump here. But Bitcoin hanging on at this bottom trend line. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. So the 4-hour headed down to oversold. Not there yet. Says more could be coming. So last night we looked at this as an M pattern that could break to the downside. Remember I said, what's your bearish scenario? I said, your bearish scenario is this is an M, and you're going to break right down to the trend line, right? Somewhere down to 82,500. That's exactly what happened. Attempting to get the bounce now, too, as well. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour is very oversold, attempting to bounce right back up. I wouldn't be surprised if we did V-shaped recovery right back up in here, and we were just kind of back in good graces. So I would watch Bitcoin for the day. I wouldn't do anything too crazy. If we get above the 1 minute 200 MA, there may be a bit of a spike in price action. Let's take a look at the 15 minute. 15 minute also not looking too great, but has 2 candles. What's the, I want to see where that third candle closes green in 2 minutes. 6 minutes. You'd like that to wick back up, but not looking amazing. Again, this all started 7 minute loses the 200 MA. It had it been awake right there at 5:15, I would have been able to say, hey, let's get out of this long and open up a short. But it's okay. You can't get every single thing. And that's a bear flag to me on the 5 minute time frame, right? Looks a lot like what the daily's doing, just a smaller version of it. I mean, you got overbought stochastics. You didn't really seem to get above this resistance there as well. So, and you can see here's your major resistance for Bitcoin for whatever. We couldn't get back above 84.5. 84,500. Resistance. Like, it was just, wow, massive resistance right there. And they consolidated us nicely. Looked like we could get a bit of a pump, but no way, Jose. So to me, it looks like Bitcoin may be in for some more downside this morning. all the way down to about 80,948. So trouble in paradise for Bitcoin. For whatever reason, on a Sunday low liquidity morning, they're definitely rising up the fear, right? So I would wait. I wouldn't even trade until the weekly close. I like to trade Monday night, and we have False Move Monday and a bunch of nonsense coming our way. So just be careful, all right? When we're in control is Tuesday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday morning. That's when I have the most control over the market, where my strategies play out the best. On the weekends, it seems the weekends have been powerless. Like, they've been like a very hard, we just haven't been getting that love on the weekends. Look, this looks just like what the daily's doing. Very similar pattern to what the daily pattern is in. You see, it's like it's doing these rising wedges type bear flags that don't look too good. Let's see what happens to the 1 minute. Let's see if we can get back above the 1 minute 200 MA. Can the 30-second break this? So here's your beginning of bullishness today. Can the 30-second break back above the 200 MA? If the 30-second breaks back above that 200 MA, then the 1 minute can break back above the 200 MA. If the 1 minute can break back above the 200 MA, then the 5 minute can break back above the 200 MA. If the 5 minute breaks above the 200 MA, the 15 and back above the 1, and then we can basically, end this ridiculousness and V-shaped recovery right back to the upside. Act like this never happened. It was just a low liquidity weekend stop hunt, right? So I see some bearishness for Bitcoin. It's not all good. The bulls have to put in some work. The bulls have to get us back above 84.5. The bulls have to get us above the daily 200 MA. If we don't get above the daily 200 MA, I am a bear. I've said that many times. I flip bearish below the daily 200 MA. I flip bullish on the other side of it, right? Doesn't mean we couldn't trade up to it like we did those times and we can scalp, but for the big most, idea where we're going, the only thing that's keeping me alive here is this 4-hour change in trend. There's your low, there's your high, higher low, higher high, a higher low. Can we dig on out of this higher low on the 4-hour time frame? So to me, I'm really looking at this 4-hour. If this 4-hour candle closes red and turns another red candle, that's bearish. I want to see it hold above that key high right there. But so you're watching your 1 minute time frame to see if it can get out of this flag and above its 200 MA in the next, I'd say 2 hours. Otherwise, this looks like a flag that's going to continue down. And when that puppy dumps, yikes, right? And that measured move here is about 80,959. So I'm more bearish than bullish because Bitcoin's now below the 200 MA. The bulls now have to show me something for me to want a long. You see? Now I sit tight. All right, really, technically, the idea would be to open up a short with a stop on the other side of the daily 200 MA. That would be the, because now that is in play. That is the probability now that we will go lower because you're below the daily 200 MA. We'd like to see this wick back up and close back above that today. That would be a miracle toss if we could get it. But I'm not going to go that far. That doesn't have to happen. It would be nice if it could happen. Really just want to see this weekly close with more wick to the upside there and hang on. Now, if we lose this, if somehow we continue to dump today and we lose this, that's I'm going to be super bear. If this weekly ends up losing this bottom area and this weekly candle closes red and we basically turn this wick into a candle body, we're going to be in some trouble, all right, for BTCs. So yesterday, things looked great. I bought the whole Bitcoin. It seemed like we were going to bounce and everything was on its way to the upside. Sammy had called the bottom. It was awesome. Maybe not so much. Maybe we're going to have to go through some turmoil. I remember when I did buy $19,000 Bitcoin, we did revisit about 17, 16,000. I think it was about a month before we got back above 19K again. And I was able to, show the fat win all the way to 100K. So it's never perfect. It never has been. It never will be. We take our shots, we go through them, and we go from there. Right now, I don't like what I'm seeing here on the 1 hour time frame, on the 1 minute. Looks like it's losing that area to the downside and deciding to dump. So be careful right now. Price action is in a more bearish form than bullish. All right. I don't like to trade Sundays. It's not like I'm going to open. You're not going to see me day trading Sunday all day long. I mean, the other day we had that huge pump on Sunday and it turned out to be crazy. But we had those trades kind of open the night before, then Sunday turned into a big pump. It's very rare that I'm going to just sit there and start day trading a Sunday afternoon. It's just, number one, I'm with my family. I designate that time to my kids. And, I want to be able to actually have a day where I'm with my family most of the day. It doesn't mean I don't trade. It doesn't mean I don't update. It doesn't mean I don't take an hour here after lunch or an hour there where I'm at to make sure I'm looking at the charts. But it does mean I prioritize my family on Sundays. They are my number one. They're my number one every day. But, Tuesday, my wife knows that I get to trade all day and no one should bother me. Wednesday as well, hot trades. But, Sunday is the family's day. I give Sunday to the family. It's their day, right? So low, high, higher, low. Can we get this punch to the upside? We're going to start into a weekly screen share at about 9 o'clock. I'm going to make it pretty short, everyone. I'm a little tired, too, throughout the week. I have guests staying with me, too. And, but we'll get through it. We'll talk about it. We'll break it down. And then in 4 days, we'll do our next screen share on Thursday, and we'll be right back into the regular. Sorry for canceling it last Thursday night. It was just, I was in bad shape, man. And I really, once out of 4 years, I've never done that. In 5 years, I've never canceled it. So, I was going through some heavy cramping, and then it turned into some nausea. It in my legs, cramping in my legs. So you got to get this bounce back to the upside, in my humble opinion, for Bitcoin in the 1 minute. Sooner than later. If you can't get back above that 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame, we're in some trouble. So I would watch this closely. If in the next 4 to 5 hours you see us back above the 1 minute 200 MA, it's likely we're going to V-shape recovery on that 1 hour, end up back above 84,000. All right. If in the next few hours you see us slumping, bearishly retesting somewhere here, it's likely that the daily's taken over, the 4 hours dumping, and we're headed somewhere back down to about 80,800. So the 1 minute will tell you a lot about what's happening today, because it's going to be the catalyst of where we're going. I know that doesn't seem right to you, but that is the case. I would watch your 1 minute time frame and, see if you can get back above that 1 hour 200 MA when this is all said and done. So far, it could just be a higher low on the 4 hour time frame too as well. So be careful. Anything could happen. And again, let's show the loss from last night. People claim I don't show the loss. I don't know why, but there's the loss right there, $351. I went into 84,472 and I got beat. I lost $1,000 on the move, which lost me $351, 39.59%. I did not get liquidated. I did not put my whole entire portfolio on the line, and it did not happen. All right. Blessings on blessings. So that is my update for Bitcoin. I wouldn't be going hard on altcoins. Let's take a look at some of the altcoins that I did post. And there was finally a bunch of altcoin trades, and I knew to be careful. First thing I want to take a look at is TRB. I did TRB because actually TRB got a little bit of a punch. So I saw this flag. TRB looked like it could pump. Let's just take a look at what TRB did. Like, did they dump as bad as the Bitcoin move? You would suggest they probably did. So wow, look at this craziness. So it pumped 9. It actually, if you were in the trade and you were going for a scalp, it made 5%. Came back down, might not have stopped. Yeah, stop below 28, then bounce back. Now might actually come all the way back up again. So pretty crazy. A lot of the altcoins took a bit of a pump and a dump there. Let's take a look at what happened to Rare. Rare was actually on the radar yesterday as a bigger gainer, right? Rare just slumped, doesn't hold the trend line, falls off. Once the trend line, you have to kind of break the 45. And again, I didn't say get into Rare. We're just watching Rare to see if it can bounce on that trend line, consolidate. If it could bounce and consolidate, then I trade it. It's all about watching as many flags as I can to see how the flags play out. If the flag plays out nicely, we take it, right? DENT was another one that I looked at that was getting tight inside the channel. I was looking at DENT on Weeks. Weeks now has trading view capabilities. So look, yeah, we got the pump out the flags like everything, and then Bitcoin dumped us down and took everything down again. Is holding the 200 MA, and these are bullish signs above the 200 MA with the golden cross there after the massive liquidations. All right. I showed up for all your lives the past month, and my life has changed. Thanks again. Wow. So for 1 month, you showed up, and your life has changed. Every single day you push yourselves to be a great person, and if you do that, somehow you're gonna have a great life, right? You got to live with love. You got to cherish every moment that you have. You got to be grateful for every single time that you're alive. Every time your mind tries to flip it, to turn it into a moment where you're in distress, in some type of weird state, your subconscious mind is being hijacked. Someone wants to turn your existence into a prison, and it is not. This is a heaven on earth. You can truly make heaven on earth here if you push yourself to the limit. It's hard. You have to discipline yourself. But once you turn your brain into a positive factory, you will live in a positive factory. See? Yeah. If you're struggling to trade Bitcoin, hit me up. It's so funny. Happy Sunday. Shout out from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Hey, man. Took a sell at 84K. I'm holding that till it hits 78 or 73,000. Interesting. Make it to SoCal tomorrow. Lifer, I keep losing my trade. Seems like it's only short. I've been hitting a lot of longs, so. The whale hoop at a 32-minute short on Bitcoin at 84,000 yesterday is set to take profits at 69, take profit at 58, 100%. He knows something. Yeah, so there's a whale that opened up a massive short at 84,040. Set to take profits at 69 and at 58,000. 100% he knows something. We could be in for some big black swan event. I mean, we're below the daily 200 MA. He could just be using the 200 MA on the daily too, though. And if it flips the other way, he's going to get rocked again. Like, so, I don't know. I wouldn't go by some whale. I wouldn't go by some random thing. I would take it one step, one stop at a time for BTC. Sorry. 82,700 for Bitcoin. Again, follow the 1 minute time frame. Nothing more I can say for BTC. And it does look more bearish than bullish. I'm a bear right now. You're below the daily 200 MA. All right. But you were bullish yesterday. I was, because we were above the daily 200 MA. You see, the chess player was looking good. We were about to put him into check. But he changed his rook. He moved around. And now we have to re-establish our positioning. All right. I'm not full port. I'm not all in. We'll see what happens. We're going to go one step, one day, one moment at a time here. And don't panic sell. All right. And if you take a shot, say, what can I lose? Assess what you can lose and be okay with what you lose. And go from there. Stop acting emotional about your decisions and go from there. One step at a time. All right. Yeah. They're cutting rates. Don't get your hopes up. That's interesting, but that would be good if they were cutting rates. I don't understand. It's hard. It is the hardest thing I ever to do with my life. I work 12 hours a day, and I'm up at 1 o'clock in the morning to check the charts. I'm at work by 4:30 a.m., and I'm there until 4. Yeah, I used to work 7 to 3 in the morning and then do the charts during the day. I did everything I could to get through. One of the hardest times of my entire life, right? And again, having a gold reserve is key. I always had a bit of gold and silver on the, someone says they are not cutting rates. Yeah, no one said they were guaranteed at all. I never said that. Yeah. We take it one step at a time. I'll have corporate America to trust Bitcoin. Still have hope, but it's super tough right now. They don't make it easy, for sure. They don't make it easy. They don't make it easy. Not at all. All right, everyone, I'm going to jump on into the weekly screen share. I'm going to do a Zoom right now. I love you all. And we're going to break down kind of what I said for Bitcoin. Look at the portfolio. I feel like we could just do the weekly screen share right now, right? I mean, might as well just do it right now live, because I'm already live, everyone. It would really help me out. And then you can watch it whenever you want. Right? So I didn't add anything. So I'll tell you exactly what I did. I didn't add anything to the portfolio but Bitcoin. We bought the whole Bitcoin yesterday. I DCA'd a little bit into Ondo and to SWI of the last 2.5 weeks, right? A couple grand into each of them, but nothing crazy. Still stacking more tethers, still watching the market, still kind of sketched out. I've been mainly just leverage trading on Bitcoin. And that's really all I've been done in the last week, honestly. Okay. So that's basically what I've done the entire week. Hey, Sam, thanks for your time. Wisdom and Jill. You truly helped me to excel in my trading. Thank you. Can you have a look at math, USDT? We'll take a look at math. Thank you. Yeah. But I thought crypto bros were in for the tech. I missed the trade. I'm in for the idea that changed my life into something different. That's all. Trading is not easy. It may be simple when you learn, but not easy. No, nothing is easy, man. I don't trade on Sunday. That's a smart move. I peek into the lifer system. This is the free sample, yeah. So basically every single week, we bring the music down. We usually don't play music here as well, all right? So I know you're back. What is this? But it's the weekend. And let me just get my MetaMask up and running here. And again, it wasn't that crazy of a week, right? It was mainly a lot of leverage trading, high-end leverage trading going on, and that's really what it was. Took good profits, right? You know, turned that week's account from $4,000 to 77. Did lose 500 yesterday, which brought it back to like $7,100. So like my week's account, right, took a hit. But what I did is, so look what I did is like I lost 572 there, right? But what I did was the idea behind that, all right, I won 430, 770, but this was $4,000, I don't know, 2.5 weeks ago, right? Now it's 71.38, and it was 77. I said, what would I like to lose? I said, I don't want to see this go below 7. So last night I risked like 500 for 16 because I liked that we were above the 200 MA. I saw the same signal that we got basically a few weeks ago when we were right there on the 200 MA there on the 1 hour time frame, which gave us a beautiful pump. See this signal right here? We were flagging out right above the 200 MA. It was looking great, and we hugged it. And last night, we were doing basically the same thing. It almost looked identical, too, here, and that looked like we were likely going to get a pump, and they dragged it, and then did the weekend rollover. Still not completely done yet, but, So the idea is I've been leverage trading more than ever because we can short along the market, and, we can't hodl, right? You can't sit there and hodl altcoins right now. You're not sure exactly what's going to happen to the market. We could go lower, right? So if we could go lower, to me, it's not time to hodl altcoins at all. All right, and so this is what I do on the weekly screen share. I really go over what I'm doing. On the live stream, I'm live trading. We're going over super chats. This is so much for me to do. I can't sit there and go over everything that I want to talk about. You guys control the stream as much as I do, and so when people bring in things, talk about things, and the stream moves in that fun way. On the weekly screen share, it's really just me talking. Right? I don't take super chats. People usually, we dive into the comments at the end, but it's a more thorough process, right? So we go into the Token Metrics account, right, which I have an Astrobot NFT, which gives me exclusive access, and I start looking kind of at what's happening. Look, Ancient 8 was another one that came out, went up 152% in 24 hours, right? So strange. It's got a big trader grade in 24 hours. The change went up. They have a bearish trading signal for it, but you might say, okay, I haven't heard of Ancient 8 in a while. What's going on right there, right? So you can see the gainers, like what's hot today, what's not. Did anything go up? Tutorial, Ancient 8. Jelly, Mubarak, right? And you can kind of see what's happening. And the most trending coins right now, Pi, Ancient 8. And then they can just say, well, what's Ancient 8? What's going on with Ancient 8, right? So you go and you type in A8. Again, we could get right back above the 200 MA here today on the 1 minute, and we could pump again. Anything is possible. See, everyone wants me to give them a bullish or bearish scenario. And when I just tell them, hey, it could be either way, they get upset. They want me to say, I say, if I know what's going to happen, then I'm going to get wrecked. All right. Ancient 8 did have a huge pump to the upside off that bottom. Very, very interesting. Last time I looked at it, it was in that tight channel with an alert. Been a long time. So Ancient 8 did get a huge move to the upside. Still a flag there hugging the 200 MA, lower volume. But, if Bitcoin gets back inside that move, then Ancient 8 could maybe continue. So, like, if Bitcoin bounces and holds today and doesn't dump, then Ancient 8 might actually continue up there to 50 cents. Would I trade an altcoin on the weekend? Highly likely, but I might watch this and see how it creates momentum. And then if I see a flag on the 1 hour, maybe later on this week, it might be something I'm worth looking into. I mean, look at Ancient 8 coming back to the 21-day moving average there with low stochastic. That thing looks like it could pump again after the quick morning sell-off there or throughout the morning. So watch that closely, Ancient 8. So this is what we do. We go over things, we talk about stuff, and we try to find, we attempt to find any opportunity if there is in the market. If there isn't, we leave it alone. If there is, we keep scouring. So Ancient 8 on the radar, Tutorial on the radar, right? Mubarak on the radar, right? Eid Mubarak, it's funny, right? And that's on the radar, having that out there. A3S, AA, never heard of it. Okay, Bounce is a new one that, auction actually. Bounce keeps kind of coming, getting some steam. They gave it a good trader. They're bullish on Bounce. They actually like Bounce for some reason on this week. Heroes of Mavi attempting to come back from 16 cents, but wow. That's an oldie but goodie. Cell Frame, another one out there that I've talked about before. It's quantum resistant. It gets people a little excited. That Venice token, right, which was created by Vornez, which is out there. VVV, right, is that? Yeah, VVV. That might have some more long-standing power, but for the most part, nothing too crazy here. Getting me too crazy. But, you can't see, hey, some things did pump today. It wasn't all nothing, right? We got Token Bot, Binance Peg Die, Dog and Me. Dog and Me got a bit of a pump, too, just 2 days ago, right? So you just want to see what's happening. I might not just run in. Clanker is another coin that it keeps kind of hidden. I hear about it more than ever. And then what I do is we go over to Crypto Rank, and we kind of see if there's any correlation between the coins and the trending coins and what's out there. And a lot of times I do see it. Like Redstone's a new one. They keep pumping and doing something. If anything pumps in the next few weeks, Redstone looks like something we could trade. Layer 0 up 17% in 7 days, right? Wormhole, Celestia, Somia Network is on my radar. I really think Somia is going to be big. I speculate. That's when I do say the word think, when I'm speculating, right? When I'm on the charts, it's whatever. But when I speculate and just do my research, look at Layer AI up 174% in the last 7 days, too. So some AI coins getting a bit of a bounce back to the upside. I do hold Layer. And we're going to see, we actually put out a chart for Layer. That was Sol Layer, though, sorry. Cardano, slumping at 70 cents, but not the worst. Solana still holding 130. And, and sometimes you see one of those names in here. Today we do not, right? But the most search coins and visited in the last 7 days, Bitcoin. I don't know how you visit Bitcoin, but, and the most search coins in the last 7 days as well. But you can see there's something brewing here for red. Redstone is on the radar too. Actually, I saw that before it pumped. Was actually, wanted to take a look at it, and it did not. So we take a look at Redstone. Wow, I had this flag, wanted to go sideways, and then it pumped and stayed. So look at Redstone's in a flag right now, and it was on my radar back here before it pumped. Now it's in another flag. I don't know what's brewing with this coin, but it looks like it may be the pumper on the day. So I would watch this closely. Redstone looks like it may actually get some action today. It didn't slump with Bitcoin. It's doing its own thing, and people seem to like this coin. And we could deep dive it, find out what it is. Why is it pumping? What's happening with Redstone? So then we go over here, type in red, and it's funny, St. John's, Red Storm getting a pump. Then you got Redstone getting the pump. Man, my buddies were out with Rick Pitino last night. Shout out to my buddy Matt Collin, out with Rick Pitino, in my phone right here. In my phone, this is how you know I'm a connected Johnny. In my phone right here, my two good friends hanging out with Rick Pitino last night at the exclusive VIP donor St. John's party behind the scenes, man. Unbelievable. Rick Pitino hanging out with the OGs. We all graduated from St. John's 20 years ago. We've been going, shout out to Rick Pitino. Shout out to St. John's winning the Big East Conference Championship for the first time in 25 years. My alma mater, St. John's, baby. God bless you guys. And thank you to all of Zuby, Ejiofor, unbelievable. RJ Lewis, what a team. Ah, man, the players just really, really, you get connected. You watch them fight so hard, and there's just this energy between them. And I just love seeing college basketball. The kids fight so hard. Unbelievable time to be alive. I was rooting for St. John's. I was rooting for St. Joe's for a second. Then I realized they wouldn't be losing. Yeah, funny. Manipulation on the short time frames. Exactly. It looks like they may have just, swiped us. So anyway, let's take a look at what Redstone does. Why is it getting some buzz? What's happening? Is it gaming? What is it? So it's the fastest growing oracle, specializing in yield-bearing collateral for lending markets and securing 10 billion plus. Blue chip DeFi protocols are our clients, including Spark, Morpho, Compound, Pendle, Venice, Lido, Ethereum, Etherfi, Ethena, Puffer, Balancer. Wow. So they have a use case and a utility. This tells me that this thing, it could do some damage, and it's got a very small market cap, $230 million market cap. It does have an Ethereum contract. It says right there, too, as well, so it can be bought on Uniswap if needed. Interesting. My Shell was another one we were looking at there. Look at Sol Layer. Let's talk about Sol Layer in a second. Layer, which also had a nice pump that we put out to the trading group. I went over it on the live. One of my awesome elite traders also put it out. And the elite traders in the trading group, let's talk about my elite traders. You guys are unbelievable. Sean has really been going after these bottoms. I taught him the cup and handle. He sat with me for years. He's fine-tuned his own strategies. And what he does is he can see the market without fear. Like he sees Peanut bottoming out, and he's never afraid. And he calls that bottom for Peanut. Nice, beautiful pump there for Peanut, right? Again, this is deep diving. Like we're in the trenches here, seeing coins that are just getting to the bottom of their key. But we have both had Layer. He put out Layer. I put out Layer. I saw this cup and handle forward. Beautiful pump for Layer. I mean, 56% gains. And he gave the stop loss and everything, man. People do that. There's the entry. There's the stop loss. There's the take profit. It nailed it. He gave you two other areas to go for, too. That's the cup and handle. That's the type of sauce you get in the trading group constantly, all the time. Whether it's me, my elite traders, other people hitting it and winning, banging on them. You can see there, XRP I put out just 2 days ago. It pumped up to 250 for a 10% gain. That was a nice one. The flag went perfectly, did not hit the stop loss. Layer AI was another one out, that beautiful flag. It did pump and continue. I mean, Sol Layer, not Layer AI, Sol Layer. So Redstone looks interesting to me. If anything pumps today, Redstone looks like it may get a bit of a move. Bitcoin getting back above some key levels. I told you, Bitcoin gets above that level, Redstone looks like it's going to pump. So if anything pumps today, the coin of the day, it's got utility. It's got utility, all right? It's, so what we do, too, on the weekly screen. So this is what I do every single week, everyone, on my weekly screen share. We sit together. I go over the entire portfolio. I show you what's up. I show you what's down. I show you what coins I hold. All right. What I'll do is I'll push the coins I hold to the trading group today. That way it's a little exclusive behind the scenes, right? I'm not going to post it out here because you got to join the trading group to really see behind the scenes. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going into my portfolio and I will be posting, I'll be posting basically my spot holdings right now. All right. And so you guys can see exactly what I hold, exactly what I'm doing, exactly where I'm at. And, you know, again, I will send the Bitcoin off to a hardware wallet at a very key point in time. I think that's extremely important. Please get yourself a hardware wallet. Do not play yourself and have all your money on an exchange. I don't agree with that idea. You got to protect yourself, right? So you can't have all your money on an exchange. You got to have hardware wallets, right? And then keep half seed phrases in a safety deposit box, half a seed phrase with a family or friend. Never have seed phrases at home, okay? Very important too. Make it hard to get to the seed phrase. Make sure that's not something that go, you know, there's a bunch of ways to do this. I'm going to teach you how to stay safe, all right? You also want to get a certain type of license and have it on you at all times, all right? I'm not going to elaborate on that, but that's important. A lot of people, I see what happened to them, and I see if they had just had a last resort, defense, they might have been able to get out of the sticky situation they were in, but because they decided not to stay strapped, they got themselves caught up in a sticky situation. Again, do whatever makes you happy, all right? And strapped with love, right? Strapped with love. That's what I'm saying, right? I hope you guys know what I mean. And you can read between the lines and not say anything in the comments to blow it up and actually be mature about it. Then you can hear what I'm putting down, right? So that's my entire holdings there. I just posted to the altcoin section. You can see every single coin that I hold, how much of it that I hold and why, you know, kind of the ideas. Whether it's gaming, I've gone through them all. Some are gaming, you know, some are meme. And the main holdings too are off, you know. We still got the 100 grand in Solana. We have not panic sold that. I did sell it at 116, bought it back at 1750. Felt like I couldn't handle it anymore. And thank God I did when it bounced back up to 130. So we'll go from there. Still hold Atom, still hold Link, and still continue to hold BTC. So that's where we're at, right? I have an arsenal. You do not need a permit in Florida. No, you do not. That's a lie. I don't know who told you that, but that's a complete lie. You need nothing in Florida at all. At all. Not one thing do you need in Florida. Bitcoin getting that pump out that 1 minute time frame. And this is what we wanted to see, right? We wanted to see this 1 minute flag pump. We wanted to see Bitcoin crack that 200 MA. We wanted to make sure this wasn't going to bear flag here and get us out of the sticky situation. And so far, so good. Look, they dipped it a little more than they needed to, but they kept this flag alive and they bounced it back to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. It looks like we may V-shape recovery, be right back where we started after that dump. Again, can the daily get back above the 200 MA? There's a chance we end up with a massive win. And that $84,000 Bitcoin that I bought ends up becoming the big gainer of the next few months. So I've been pretty good at doing it. Usually when there's heavy fear, I'm buying and it pans out. When everyone else is sketched out, I'm getting into these heavy times. So I buy in heavy fear, everybody. Like whole Bitcoins, half a Bitcoin. You know, this is when I open up hardcore. This is when I take profits. And if there's wins along the way that happen, I take profits too as well. You got to be taking profits. Yeah, you just need a Florida ID. It just take you 3 days. You go to the place and it'll take you 3 days to get, you know, whatever you want or something like that. Yeah. I do have a Discord if you want to jump on in, hang out today. I'll be there every single day. Don't ask people for Discords, man. That's grimy. Yeah. You'll be removed. Yeah, sorry. I have to remove you now. Yep. Solicitations. I don't like it. Use a liquidation heat map. Price action tends to chase liquidity. Then look at the SFP and Confluence with the key levels. I use this all the time. Shout out to Tradfly, 100%, man. Yep. Amen. I don't need to do any of that because I see it. My subconscious mind sees what's happening on the moving averages. So I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? I could teach you how not to do that because you're basically doing what everyone else is doing. You know what I mean? You're basically doing a strategy that everyone else has taught you. But I do a strategy that no one else has taught me. I'm self-taught. So, and I'm not putting you down. I love you, man. You're awesome. Yeah. I just don't trade like you. Yeah. And I never will. I'm so stubborn. I'm the most stubborn man you ever met. Like, you've never met someone more stubborn than me. Yeah. There's a reason why I'm going to go all the way to 100K and never take a day off, right? You've never met someone more consistent, more stubborn, and with more push and pull. Like, I'll grind any single person you've ever met, and you guys know that. You've seen it. You've just seen it. Like, it is what it is. I don't even have to say it anymore. It is what it is. Like, we outgrinded every single person in the entire industry. Like, it doesn't matter. And again, I'm not trying to be rude. There's people that are better than me, smarter than me. I'm not the greatest. I'm not the smartest. Heck, there's better traders. But I will tell you, there's no one more consistent than me. I'll tell you that. And I can say that straight-faced, 100%. And, God strike me dead as I'm lying, man. So, exactly. Do what works for you and your brain, 100%. Exactly. 100%. 100%. And again, and you have to just have more, like, what are you born with? You know what I mean? What are you born with, right? It's what are you born with? And again, weekly screen share, I do a lot of mindset. Like, we talk about mindset, and we really break it down about how to get yourself into a position to become a multimillionaire. And I spend this all the time. Everyone tries to do all this stuff and talk about their trades and look at my trades and look at this and look at that. I'm like, I don't even know. They're traders, but do they know how to actually manage funds? Do they know how to hold the money? I see traders losing 730 grand because they don't put it in a hardware wallet. I see traders I see traders going up and going back down. I don't see traders wearing suits. I don't see traders traveling the world. I don't see traders grinding up to 100,000 subscribers, man. So I see a lot of traders out there that do this, right? But I'm not just a trader. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a self-made multimillionaire. I'm someone that's going to show you how to become the best version of yourself. All right? It's more than just these charts, man. It's about your mentality. It's about how you grind. It's about what you think about yourself, how you treat others. Where is your energy going? Is your energy helping other people, or is it just helping yourself? Are you spreading yourself to, around to the world? And so these are key concepts that I go over every day that make people uncomfortable. When I go on this on the live stream, people get uncomfortable. But once they've hit the link, it's like this. I am a drill sergeant of sorts, and I do believe I am. My dad was a drill sergeant to me. And so if you're going to be around me, I'm going to drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill, right? And so because of that, people watch my live stream, and some people are like, man, I don't know if I can handle this guy's tutelage. He looks like he's going to be on me too much, and I'm not going to be on myself, so I don't think I can handle it. And so they don't join the trading group. So we filter out a group of people that really want it. By the time they've joined the trading group, they're ready for tough love. And so that's why the weekly mindset, I'm able to say things that probably would offend people on the regular live stream, because I'm saying things that people want to hear at this point. They're like, I need a mentor to get me in line. I want to get myself ready to go. Like, this is the type of environment I want to be around. And then you have all these other people that do the same, right? Exactly. So, exactly, 100%. Yeah. I didn't say it's not about losing. Shout out to CryptoFace, one of my best friends in the entire space. I don't have that many friends in the space. I don't actually collaborate. I don't support. I don't really talk about a lot of other people in the space. I don't. CryptoFace is the only person in the entire industry that calls me once a week, once every couple of weeks, and asks me how I'm doing. He really does. Ask me, he says, hey, Sam, how you doing, man? The guy's one of the nicest people in the space, all right? I would risk whatever. I would be there for him, man, no matter what, man. And I'm a little over loyal, but I like people that are good to me, and I'm good to people that are good to me. So, amen, right? So, back to 83,000, everybody. So they did a whipply, and they're trying to rip it back up to the upside here. And again, if we crack that 200 MA on the 1 minute, that will be a buy signal for a pump to the upside. And we'll get above there and boom, boom, boom. Right back up to 83,800 for Bitcoin. Again, then you're going to be looking for the 5-minute 200 MA. We go over strategies in the weekly screen share. We talk about how I use the 200 MAs as in succession. Let's go over all the trades that could have been made here. Let's go to my 200 MA idea. So look, I just want to go over all the trades that could have been made for a split second. And what we'll do, I'll just make this fast. And thank you for everyone jumping into this weekly screen share right now. That way I don't have to record it. It's already right there, ready to rock. About to hit 93,000 subs, everyone. I have all Jim Rohn's literature and media. He was the GOAT and responsible for turning my life around. I love you, man. I can't believe you said that, because I found him online and he changed my whole life. I found a mentor, everyone. My dad was awesome. My dad gave me the grit. My dad told me you're unbelievable, but my dad didn't give me the skills to rebuild my subconscious mind. My dad didn't know you could rebuild the subconscious mind in the way in which you can. My dad thought that you could. My dad understood that you were in control. He said, you're in control. Don't let anyone, But he also thought that, the outside factors played a role. They play a role, but they have no influence on you. They play a role. The role they play is to push you to where you need to be. Aha. So the outside influences are there for sure, but we can't hold them too tight. We just have to know they're there to teach us what we need. All right? That's the real reason they're there. Anyway, let's take a look at this 1 minute time frame, and let me just show you all the trades that could have been made. And let's take a look at a week in time, all right? A week in time, which is going to be pretty crazy. So we're going to go back to about, today is the 16th. We're going to go back to about the 10th of March, all right? Right here, when Bitcoin crossed the 200 MA right there. And if you have a bot that does this, great, program a bot, but you get in with a stop loss here. That would have been a great trade, right? I might have used the stop loss to here, there, and then I might have got in, but you could have ridden that all the way till you lose the 200 MA, then you get out. All right? That's a beautiful trade right there. Then some shorts, but if you're not a shorter, you could have waited. Then we got above it here. Entered along with a stop loss somewhere here. Good chance, even with these little dips, you wouldn't have got stopped out on another beautiful trade, right? So there's another 1 minute 200 MA call. Again, you don't have to do what this guy said with the liquidities. You don't have to look at liquidity map. You don't have to know what an SFP is. You don't have to study ICT for years. I'm not putting it down. I'm just going over some key ideas. I think ICT is cool. I think all those concepts are awesome. I would probably learn a lot of stuff, but I've learned not to learn too much. You learn what can get you there. Some people are overlearning to the point where they never actually get to the next point. You know what I mean? I don't think so. I don't think CryptoFace is here, but if he was, God bless him, man. Yeah. So look, there we go again. You open up the long right there with the stop below. 3 for 3, right? They all would have played out pretty nicely. 1, 2, 3. And it's only been 2 days, right? And 3 times. Here it is again right here where we could have opened up the long when we got above initially too. And if the stop was somewhere there, that one might have got you, but there's a good chance it didn't. I don't know, but even you might have been able to take that one. Then it went below. Then you can get back in again. That's something I do, but you get better at that. So that one might have been iffy, but still you can see how it would have panned out over time if you knew how to trade it. That's 4 for 4. Then it played some games here. This was like, fine, you might have got that one. It would have done nothing for you. You could say 5 for 5, and there was a spike there. But you really want to do it after the liquidation. You don't want to do it when you're consolidating after a huge pump. That's not when you buy it. You buy after the massive liquidation, and that's when you want to buy right there. That's the bottom that we did call. If you remember, there was a double bottom right there, and then we called this, and then we crossed. And look at that one. That was a massive move, right? Again, another massive move. Then there we crossed again, another massive move. Right there we crossed again, and right there we crossed again. So you can see how this consistency over time does pan out, all right? But it's something you guys got to stick with over time. The 1 hour 200 MA. Look, right now we did not get above it. That's usually a sign of rejection. That means this flag could be dumping hard to the downside. A lot of times you can start a short right when you hit that 200 MA. So we need to be getting above this 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame. We need to break back above resistance at 83,000. If we do not, the bear flag is headed down to about 81,151 for BTC. So like in the next, I don't know, I'd say next 10, 20 minutes, you got to get back above this 200 MA. This looks like a rejection and a movement further to the downside. So just be careful here today. It does look somewhat bearish on this Sunday. We're getting pressed with low volume on Bitcoin. So we go over mindset. I go over my portfolio. I talk about altcoins that are worth looking for. And a lot of times we find something that maybe we're trading. Like we might have found something today that actually we're trading. Red looks interesting compared to the rest of the market. Again, be careful. They could easily do this. I've seen this many times. There's not many people in the market. They'll stop everybody out right here. They'll rip the price up. So just be careful for this area for a stop hunt on a low volume weekend. You always have to be ready for the stop hunt on a low volume weekend, and just remind yourself that could be happening too as well. If you're just jumping on in, I'm doing the weekly screen share with my entire trading group today, right now live. All right. Do you aim for percentage gains? Let's see here. Scalp. Do you aim for percentage gains, or does each scalp depend on your time availability to oversee the market? 100%. I aim for percentage gains, but you just answered the question 100%. I do aim for percentage gains. I rarely go all the way to the measured move. I usually take half, 3/4, or even a third of it. And it depends on what I'm doing that day. If I got to go and I want to make 500, but I'm up 300 and I can't manage the trade and I'm heavy in there, I'm taking the money off the table. So yeah, it depends on where my day is going. It depends on what's happening, right? I've been in a trade one day, and then my wife, I opened up a fat trade one day. The other, I don't like bringing this up, but I opened up a bunch of trades. The market was looking good. It was 12, 11. I said I was going to go to bed. Then I kept getting in. Next thing you know, it was 12:30, 1 in the morning. And then my wife said, one of our daughters keeps bleeding out the nose. And we stopped the nose bleeding, and then it kept stopping. Next thing you know, I was on my way to the hospital, right? And so I did close some of those trades because I didn't know how long I was going to be at the hospital for. And I wasn't sure, and I couldn't manage that trade, right? So I had to take the profit at the time. It depends on what's happening in your life for sure. All right? It depends on what's happening in your life for sure. So I posted my portfolio to the trading group. I didn't do too much craziness. I bought the whole BTC. We'll see what happens. I'm not in love with price action right now. The bulls have to show us something, which is get above the 200 MA on that 1 minute time frame, and they got to do it sooner than later. Hold that higher low and get us above this. Get this pump. Let's see if the 30-second, at least the 30-second broke it. So that tells us there's hope that the 1 minute can get above the 200 MA here out of this next flag. So watch your little cup and handy here. Watch this little falling wedge. And it's really crucial for the bulls that we get back above the 200 MA, right? Like in the next 10, 20, 30 minutes. I'd say in an hour. If you're not above that 200 MA in an hour on the 1 minute time frame, I just don't, the probabilities are very high. You're going down to 81,800 for Bitcoin. All right. And now I ask some questions. Any questions you guys want answered, let me know. This is like an AMA. Ask some questions about trading. Ask some questions about your stop loss. This is your time to ask me a serious question right now. No super chat. I'm staring right at the chat. All right. This is a huge time to take advantage of this. I would like to see some questions here so we can have some fun, and we'll do a bit of a Q&A here. I do have guests staying with me today, and I'd like to find out what they're doing. And so in a little while, I will jump out of here. And I spend most of the day with my family. I'm not as active in the trading group on Sunday. All right. Funny, I wrote weekly screen share on the live, and then someone's like, where can I find the weekly screen share? I'm like, thanks for Ando and Sui reassurance. Love the content, and God bless. Can you take a quick look at Jupiter, please, sir? Thank you. That's not what we're going to be doing. I don't want you asking me about super chats. I want you asking a serious question about a trade, idea, a setup. Trade Fly, I've made more trades in unison with Sammy than any other creator. I've never lost. I don't get in with him every time, but when I have went in, we have always hit the trade. It's amazing. God bless you, man. Tell me when you take my trades. I want to take those. Did you hear about the $300 million short from 84,000? Yeah, so what? There's a $300 million short at 84,000. He knows something. I don't know. You guys you guys are all repeating the same stuff. Like someone opened up a short at 84K and he all wants you repeating that. So you all repeat it. And then what does it matter to me? If we get above the 200 MA, we're going to pump. If we don't, we're going to dump. I don't care who opened the short or not. You know how many times someone opened up that short or not and I called the trade right? I had no idea what someone was doing. I get it. It's some speculation. It tells you, hey, what could be happening there? Serious question, Sam. Are you okay? You seem low and a bit down. I could tell by your voice. No, I'm just super on the screen share. I'm just not. I'm not. Hey, welcome to the. We're serious here. No, I'm in a great mood, man. I'm on teaching mode. When I'm in teaching mode, very serious. I'm different during the screen share, honestly, than I am. Yeah, you're gonna get different sides of me. Do you ever cross leverage instead of isolated? No, I do not. My stop always hit then pump. That means you're using too small of a time frame. Open up your time frame. And that means you're using too... When people... Here's the thing. Someone says my stop's getting hit. All right? Let's just say this was a short and you wanted to open up the short. Now, a guy says, oh, okay, I can only risk this much. And I'm going to lose $100 in the trade. Put less in the trade and put the stop loss up here. All right? Now you can only lose $50 in the trade. Or $100 up there. You know... The key is if you keep getting stopped out, it means that your stop losses are too close to price action because you're not willing to lose enough. And that means your position sizes are too big for your entry size. Like you can't handle the loss. Like, let me explain. You'll come up in here, you'll have a nice, beautiful bull flag. All right. You'll say, okay, I want to trade this. Now a smart trader will look at it and assess the situation and say, listen, do I have 3-to-1 risk reward ratio? Yep. And be like, okay, I could go as low as a 3-to-1 down here and keep my stop as far away as I can. and I'll risk 100 for 300, and I won't be greedy. And now the other traders, I've been in the game a long time. I can do 100 for 300, and I know that if that thing spikes, boom, 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 I get out for 300, or I get for 250 sometimes in the quick spike. I can do it again in an hour, and I can do it 4 or 5 times that day. And there's a chance I end up making $1,000. So I don't stress. The new trader just says, "Oh, only 100 for 300. I need to make $1,000." And the new traders decide they need to make more money than they deserve. Number one, like, you don't deserve. The market doesn't deserve to pay you a dime until you're ready till you've grinded for it for a long time. Like, you're like, "Oh, I should just be making." Why? Why should you be making $1,000 a day? Maybe that's going to take time. How about you start turning $10 into $12? If you can turn $10 into $12 consistently, then you might be able to turn $1,000 into $1,200 consistently, and you might be able to turn 20 grand into $2,300 into 22,000 consistently. The idea is to become consistent in a percentage gain, not to be able to go up and down all day long, right? And so the beginner trader wants to win more. So he's putting a stop loss in, and he can't handle losing either because he's psychologically affected by it. So his stop loss is here every time. He can't, and then he has to make 800 on the trade. It has to be this bigger, and so he gets stopped out. Had he just opened up his position size and, shrunken his position size, made his stop loss bigger, the odds of him winning trades were going to be higher. The reason why most people are losing is because they're overtrading, right? Their stop losses are too close to price action, and they think they deserve more than they deserve. Like, they think the market should pay them more than the work they put in. The market's going to pay you what you deserve, man. If you haven't put in enough work, the market is not going to pay you that much. You got to find ways to get the market to pay you by putting in the strategies that matter. Like, it took me so long to be able to find the things that get me paid now. When I get a hot trade, when I hit a nice bump, it took me years to get into those positions. It took me years to figure that out. Only in the last 3 years did I really start to perfect a lot of the strategies that I've been working on for 15 years, everybody. This is not easy. Anyone that tells you it's easy, get away from them. This is the hardest thing you're ever going to do in your life. And if you're able to accomplish it, you're going to be like Tom Brady. Like, think about it. You're going to be able to print money from your house. Most people are going to go back to work. I'm sorry. If you want to become like me, if you want to make it, if you want to end up making a few $1 million doing this and actually have enough in the nest egg to never go back to work, then you're going to have to push yourself to a limit you've never thought possible. I'm sorry. You think you know discipline? You do not. I thought I knew discipline 7 years ago. I had no clue what real discipline was. Till I found a mentor that really showed me what it meant to make it. He made 20, 30 mil in front of me. I saw him do it. He bought a Lamborghini. He bought multiple homes. The guy ripped it. My mentor became a multimillionaire in front of me. I saw him do it. I worked next to him hand in hand. So I worked for someone that became a multimillionaire. I saw it happen. I studied multimillionaires and billionaires for the last 20 years. I've read books, Mindset, Frequency, Jim Rohn. All I do is push my mindset to find out how much I can squeeze out of it. This is so important. This is more than trading. Who do you hang out with? What do you read? Are you watching Netflix and shooting? I haven't watched shooting and Netflix in years. That's low frequency behavior. All right. I watch a little bit of the St. John's games. I watch some Patriots football here or there. You know what I mean? Some Tampa Bay Buck. That's it. I don't waste my time on things that steal my frequency through my mind. Your mind is so strong. Your mind is so important. Feed it the hot stuff. Feed it the good stuff. Right now, I'm feeding you the good stuff. I'm a motivational speaker with positive energy. Stay around links like this. My algorithm will bring you, hopefully, to motivational speaker algorithms. We'll push you to another limit. This is the type of people you need to surround yourself with. Winners, 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 winners. They're few and far between. They're not on your local corner. They're not at the local bar. They're not hanging out. A winner is pushing themselves every day and hanging around progressive people that are doing the same. And if they can't find anyone like that, they're going to stay alone until they accomplish something great. And then they're going to bring more people into their lives. This is the winner mentality. This is why I'm winning. It's not just my trades. It's my mentality. I don't get depressed when Bitcoin takes the dump. I show my loss when I took the hit. I don't hide my losses. I don't hide my wins. All right? When I show my wins, people get jealous. When I show my losses, they don't get so jealous, do they? How come? Interesting, right? So it's you got to manifest your own reality through being around the type of environment that you need to be around that helps you grow. You are just like a seed that needs to be put in the right soil. All right? What kind of soil are you creating? Your thoughts are your soil. If you think negative thoughts about yourself, you have negative soil. Your soil is not going to grow too well. If you're always saying you're not good enough, you can't do this, right? Oh, rich people are all lucky. Statements that basically affirm that you have no power, then that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to take away your ability to have any type of power. And I'm sorry, but that's, so we got to take full responsibility for our loss. We have to believe that we are the reasons why we are where we are today. All right. Wow, he says, I pulled out a lot of the market the last couple of days because everything was going down. I got in last night. I thought we might be out of the woods. You thought? Well, we needed to close another daily candle above the 200 MA. Hey, we may be out of the woods. You never know. All right. I just left my abusive partner and I'm ready to start studying and growing in my new life. I love what you just said, Lindsay. I love you. And, I've actually, Gina can attest to this, right? Gina, you could help her. Gina went through something similar. I'm not going to blow you up, Gina, but I love you. And honestly, I feel like you could reach out to Lindsay in some way, Gina, because maybe you could give her some pointers of how to keep herself confident, push herself, and keep growing, right? Lindsay, we love you. I want to let you know that my trading group is a place of love and happiness. You know what I want to do for you, Lindsay? I'd like you to, if you want to join my trading group for 1 month for free, email cryptolifers@gmail.com and say, hey, I just left an abusive relationship. I want to start something fresh. I'd like to give you a month free to start you fresh. And, even if I just give you positive affirmation for a month and you don't understand my stuff and you end up leaving my trading group, which may happen. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. You know what? I'll be happy. So if you could email cryptolifers@gmail, Lindsay, from this exact Gmail account that you have, the Power Artist right here. All right, I'm going to go to your channel if that's okay. But email us, and we're here for you. All right, and we're here to help you build. God bless you, Lindsay. Okay. I just don't want. I've been through some abusive relationships in my life, right? And we want to make sure you can grow and learn. So, thank you. I left with nothing, homeless, but I'm going to study so hard. Well, we got you. God just gave you another one up. All right, $100 value. You're in there. So please email us. Don't forget to email us though. And you know what? The bottom is the best place to start. I'll tell you right now, the bottom is the best place to start. So I love you, Lindsay, and everyone here loves you. I'll create a community of people that will help you and push you and give you confidence to grow. All right. Amen. How you set up the visual stop loss on the chart on weeks. So you want to see what's going to happen on weeks on your perpetual, and you want to set up the visual stop loss, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to go, all right, you're going to look at the chart, number one. Look, if the 1 hour gets back above the 200 MA, everyone, we're back in business. I just want to let you know that. Like, we are back in business. This is just a V-shape. It looked like they were just doing some funny business today. This could be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. It is a higher low on the 4 hour time frame. Another thing that I want to express to you. Now, I wouldn't trade this, but say you were going to trade this broadening falling wedge, which is something I've never really done, honestly. But that's all. You just grab the tool, you put this where the stop would be, and you drag this where you'd like to get out. And it gives you your risk reward ratio, 7 to 1, 7, 8 to 1. I like to hit this window too, so you can have you want to see everything nice and big. Okay. Look at the highest volume on the market, and when the price dips, you see the beginning of the cup. Place your trade. I do that a few times a week and do okay. Look at the highest volume in the market, and when price dips, you see the beginning of the cup. I have no idea what that means, but I hope it works for you. So you see it in such a way, right? No, you're bad. No more down, left up only. Exactly. Running a contracting business and learning to trade at the same time is pretty hard. Well, because you're saying the word try. See, Bullish Bob, you're saying the word try. Try means you're not doing it, man. Trying to learn. Are you learning or are you trying? When you come home, say, I'm going to spend 1 hour after my shower or after I put the kids to bed, whatever it is, if you have kids, and say, I'm going to put an hour in and do it. Like, just do what you say you're going to do, man, and stop trying. I know this sounds horrible, Bullish Bob, but I'm being hard on you. Someone has a contracting business and someone is going to learn how to trade, and they're going to have a better life than you. Why should you let that person do that and you not? You have the ability to organize your life to be able to do both those things. You can. Number one, look at this. If I was running a contracting business, I would have parameters. I would tell everyone in my contracting business that after 10 o'clock, I'm usually not able to get managed unless it's an extreme emergency. And again, then they call you every time. But I would have limits. I would be like, after 10:30, I go to sleep, and I need my sleep, and I get up at 6 a.m., right? And I would say, I can't be contacted after that point. I said, if it's an emergency, I'll have an account manager in charge, right? And then at that point, I'd have 10, 15 to 11. I'd do TA. And, I'd steal an hour of my sleep. That's what I did, steal some of my sleep. I'll be honest. To get ahead, I stole some sleep. I worked a night shift. And, I worked during the days. So this guy says I'm running a contract business and learning at the same time. 100%. See? No try. We got to get rid of the word try. The main thing I talk about wow, we're getting the huge bounce back to 83,000. This is great for Bitcoin, baby. Let it wiggle, baby. Let it wiggle. All right? Never panic sell, man. Let it wiggle. Still not profitable, but that's okay. It took me 4 to 5 years to become slightly profitable. All right? I lost every single penny in creating finally have $100. Hey, there you go. Currently 22% up from 82.6. Wondering where we're going to smash back down. We're crossing the 200 on the 1 minute time frame. That's a bullish sign, everyone. Crossing the 200 on the 1 minute time frame. All right. Sam taught me to practice on my week's demo account and run my business. Amen. Amen. My phone got washed. Oh, you washed your phone, Justin? Sorry to hear that, man. Trump coin could have been the top signal. Hey, you never know. So, again, we get back above the 200 MA. This is going to bounce right back up. This is just it looks like it was just a weekend short squeeze, really, to get kind of people frazzled. Red coin looks interesting. And now let's hop back into BTC. It's 9:36. I've done a lot already since 8 in the morning. Hope I could pay for your group one day. What's the golden rule you mentioned before the 15 MA? And sell if it crosses down. What's the golden rule you mentioned before? Buy the 15 MA and sell if it crosses down the 200 MA. There's a bunch of ideas. The idea is to use the 200 MA, yes, when you cross the 200 MA, for sure. Let's go look back at that 1 minute time frame. We got to see if we're getting back above that 200 MA. It's also important. And we did right there. Just that's the beginning stages of a pump. All right, that's my model right there. And I need to have the 21 near price action. And, if this is up somewhere up in here and we end up with a flag, then open up along with a stop below. Sundays, I tend not to do anything, right, no matter what. But that does say that signal should play out. You should be able to get the pump, and then you're going to go to the 5 minute 200 MA. That would be your next target, somewhere up in here. So that means liquidity wants to head back to 83.8. All right, that would be the area that you're looking for. Then you see the gap in this VRVP. So another indicator that I'm using, and you can see there's a bunch of liquidity up at 84,400. The VRVP shows you where to buy and sell. If you can get the pump above the 200 MA, you usually go through the gaps. So I wait for us to break through gaps in the 200 MA, and then I go through the gaps in the VRVP. I wait for us to break through the 200 MA, and then we go through gaps in the VRVP. Understand? Do you understand? Are you picking up what I'm putting down over here? So the 1 minute needs to stay above that 200 MA. Very important. And the 21 has a way of doing this. So right now, this is my model. I love when they dump the price and then they pump it back up to the 200 MA on the 1. Then I wait for price to get in conjunction with the 21-day moving average, and I make a trade. This is my. I do this all the time. This is my sauce right here, everyone. And I wait for the stochastics to reset. 21-day moving average comes into price action. We get the pump. Boom, boom, boom. 83,389 looks like the target for Bitcoin. This is why people like my sauce, because what I teach actually plays out. This plays out more than it doesn't. I've watched it for 10. I've backtested this stuff for so. I've given my whole life to this stuff. That's why when people question me, I'm like, but I gave my whole life to it and I saw it all. Right? I'm just giving you the data in which I've scraped through the market. Right? I see profit and going to take profit, not a hold time. Amen. If you got profit, take it. I do see bullish divergence on the daily, and the 1 week has hidden bullish. Yes, Tyler Davidson. I see both of those. Yeah. The dopamine hit is causing, so if the dopamine hit is causing issues, you need ways to calm down. I use the jacuzzi. I work out. I know not everyone has a jacuzzi. I get it. It took me years. You know what? I found out I like jacuzzis when I was 24 years old, when I went to a gym and I got in and I was like, this is amazing. And then I went to, Airbnbs, and they always had jacuzzis. I'd rent a rich home that I could only afford off season for like a week, right? I could never afford it on season. It was like $1,000 house, but I'd get it for $300 because it was off season. $300 a night, and I'd split it with people. But then I'd be like, oh, this is how the rich live. They have these nice, and then I envisioned myself being rich, and I saw all the rich things, and I manifested all those things into my life, right? And so, You can do the same, right? And so I always knew I liked jacuzzis. I wanted to have one. They really help with dopamine, man. They calm you down. They lower your blood, they lower your blood pressure, man. I get in there, and within 10 minutes, I start realizing, like, I'm thinking a little too quick. I've been a little racy. It's time for me to kind of bring it down. And I really appreciate that about the jacuzzi. It really helps me get my thoughts. And then I start going into meditation, and I start saying, hey, what am I grateful for? Constant gratitude, everybody. The first thing you wake up in the morning, I'm grateful for my legs that I may walk to the bathroom. First thing you got to say, right off the bat, all right? And then you go from there. You use creative gratitude. You can have gratitude for so many things. And if you keep staying in gratitude, you can't be in fear. Fear and gratitude do not go hand in hand. You're either in a state of gratitude, believing in yourself, or you're in a state of fear. Look, there's a bit of a shoulder, head, right shoulder there. Every multimillionaire, billionaire, people that have made big gains in their life, have done huge things. They will teach you about abundance. They will teach you about gratitude. And there's this joke because there's this like hippie idea. Oh, I'm so grateful, man. And again, there has to be action behind that gratitude. Are you helping others? Are you doing things? What are you doing? So look at this, man. Bitcoin got back above, but rejection too. Look, that looks like an M pattern, man. Things don't look good today. I have to be honest. When the daily breaks below the 200 MA, I am a bear. I am a bear. So right now, I'm just saying, hey, the small time frames have to show us something. If they don't, then we have to remain bearish. Like it's the burden of proof is now on the bulls to show us that they can get us back above these MAs. If they can't, then we're going lower, right? So you have to suggest that there is more pain coming for Bitcoin. The measured move takes you to 81,000, or 80,900, 80,008 really. And Bookmap does suggest that we also are going lower, but only time will tell. It is the weekend. I wouldn't get too frazzled or overtrade and take it one step at a time. So I'm going to jump on out of here for everyone today. The hidden divergence is hard for newbies. Plain divergence is easy to see, but hidden requires me to study again. Anybody else have that issue? It's funny, I found hidden before the regular one. I was better at finding hidden bullish. I had a weird brain. My brain was like, I just joined. Are we dumping or pumping? I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. So you're letting money influence your trading plan. Talk to Life or a master friend if you're in the 99. They're always here to help, 100%. We will help you with your mentality. You got to listen to Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. You got to listen to older traders that have had years of experience. All right. Is there any benefit to placing a limit sell on an exchange? Why not just convert to USDC and then cash out in order to pay less fees? You could do that. It depends on the exchange. Don't be lazy. Hit the like. God bless you, man. Same, all I see is hidden divs. Yeah, for years, all I could see is hidden divergence. I couldn't see the other ones. Funny, but hidden divergence paid the most, so I kind of was like, who cares? You know what I mean? But now I know all my divergences. It took some time. Everybody, I'm jumping on out of here. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I would be careful. The market does not look amazing. Someone did just open up a massive short, right? There could be some speculation. I wouldn't trade on that idea. I would trade on the fact that we're below the daily 200 MA and we did not get back above that 200. This is starting to show, look, that's an M pattern. That's bearish. M's break down 68% of the time. That made a clear M. We could have continued to pump out the flag, but that's not what happened. In 10 minutes, the probability changed. That's how crazy price action can be. See, people don't realize how fast price can change on you. They think it can. They think it's so easy, and it's not. It's this difficult. Trading is this hard. It can flip on you in a minute. What you thought a second ago could be different if you lose a key level. If you're on weekly support, and 5 hours later, you take a nasty dump and you lose weekly support, you're likely going lower. All right? So, look, this is a bear flag that broke to the downside. I wish I could say it differently. Let me delete everything here and see if I can just look at it fresher. But, I mean, that looks, yeah. So, back to brass tacks here. We're in this broadening falling wedge that didn't mean much, right? We had this bullish divvy, but we had to get back above previous supporters' resistance. You can clearly see that we wicked right there, and we wicked right to that spot. And then we showed you kind of this idea here. And if you look at this daily, I mean, that looks like a rolling over bear flag at this point. And that has a measured move to the downside. And look at the 10-hour. It looks like it's going to dump on our face right now. So, I don't know, there's even bearish divergence now. So, I see bearishness for Bitcoin. It doesn't look as good as it looked yesterday. And now even the 1 minute collapsing off that move, not able to get back above the 200 MA. The 1 minute also in a bear flag. So you can see we kind of had 2 bear flags in a row, right? One on the bigger time frame, one on the smaller time frame. And that's what's called confluence. Again, we could easily rip back to the upside and start ripping again at any moment in time. I'm not telling you I know what's going to happen. I'm showing you the probabilities. That's the difficulty of being a trader, someone who's teaching trading, is I don't know what's going to happen either. All I can show you is probabilities. All right? And I can take a shot. I may not be right every time. I got stopped out last night. It is what it was. And then look, resistance right there at 83,141 for BTC. So I'm getting mixed signals. Right now I am bearish. Bitcoin would have to get back above 83,200 to remain bullish. I'm a bear right now. And I would say Bitcoin's likely headed to 81,500, if anything. And that's the end of this. Yeah, I'll go to Lakewood Ranch. I'll go to the farmer's market. You should go there. And you should see if you can see me. All right? I'll go between 11 and 12. Something like that. Yeah, head up there, man. Say, I was hoping, I said the last time and no one recognized me, man. I was like, dang. I thought one of you guys would show up. Everybody, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you tomorrow. If you're in Tampa, Lakewood Ranch area, go to the Lakewood Ranch Farmers Market from 11 to like 12. All right. God bless everybody. I can't wait to see you tonight at 8 p.m. for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. And I will be back. This is your weekly screen share. You got to watch it through the middle there. And I love you guys. I'll be back with a better weekly screen share on Thursday. And thank you for letting me do what I did today. God bless you all. And all a good night. I'll see you guys, or a good day too. I'll see you guys tonight at 8 p.m. God bless. Throw that music on for you now. Oh, look what came on. Of course.